They have been playing baseball at historic Wrigley Field in Chicago since 1914. And now, all those years later, all those 112 years later, so much history has taken place here at Wrigley. Tonight, it's two historic franchises, the New York Yankees and the Chicago Cubs, who do battle on a Saturday summer night at Wrigley. It is terrific to have you with us here as Major League Baseball is on the Ultimate Sports Network for the very first time. As we start the month of August, the Chicago Cubs come in second in the National League Central Division standings, some 6.5 games out of division leading Milwaukee. The Yankees also in second in the American League East. They sit 2.5 out of first place Tampa Bay. The good news for both Chicago and New York, they both are at the top of the respective wild card races, meaning the Cubs and the Yankees look primed for a trip to October. And hello, one and all. I'm Matthew Owens, and welcome to the Friendly Confines. Thanks for having us in for some Saturday night baseball. We are so excited to get baseball underway here on the Ultimate Sports Network, and we're very excited for this one in particular, an interleague matchup between the Cubs and the Yankees here at Wrigley Field. It should be a ton of fun here tonight, and we are excited for it as we're going to take you through so much of the tail end of the Major League Baseball season through the month of August, through the month of September, and of course into October and the postseason. You saw the story with these two teams, second in the division, top of the wild card race. October feels like it's almost a foregone conclusion for these two teams, but they want to be more than just two teams that make it to October. Of course, with the Yankees, the idea is always that they should be contending for a world championship, something that they have not won since 2009. This is a team that's been beaten and battered with injuries that they're still dealing with, of course, most notably to Aaron Judge. But this is a Yankees team that is still finding ways to win, and the American League East Division title is not out of the question. Meanwhile, for the Cubs, perhaps chasing down Milwaukee at the top of the Central isn't something that you would feel is likely, but at the top of the wild card race, as we mentioned, they're playing some good ball. They've been a very streaky team all season long. Let's take you through the starting lineups tonight for New York. It's Max Schumann, the former Oakland Athletic, that is in the leadoff position. Paul Goldschmidt, great career that he's had. Ahmed Rosario is the DH tonight. He lines up third. Jason Dominguez, Jazz Chisholm, and Anthony Volpe is the middle third for the Yankees. Spencer Jones, Ali Sanchez, the catcher, and Jose Caballero is the lineup for New York that will go up against left-handed David Peterson, who's won his last two starts for Chicago. He's 6-7 on the season with an ERA of 5.80 and won his last start on Monday against St. Louis. He gave up 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings. Max Schumann stands in, and the left-handed Peterson deals his first pitch of the night. A strike taken, and we are underway. Peterson is 3-1 in 5 starts with Chicago, as the 0-1 pitch is a fastball low. Taken for ball 1. He started the season with the other New York team, the Mets. 3-1, as I mentioned, in the 5 starts with Chicago. 1-1 pitch is swung on and trickled down the third baseline foul. It's 1-2. Max Schumann leading off for the Yankees tonight, hitting .203 on the season. Was not in the order in yesterday's Yankee victory here at Wrigley, 2-0 to start this series. 2 solo home runs got the job done for the Yankees. Time called by Schumann. 29-year-old, just turned 29 over the summer. And Peterson comes home with a 1-2 pitch off speed that misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Max Schumann. Peterson looks into his catcher. Kelly delivers a 2-2 that misses outside. Count runs full on Schumann from Portage, Michigan. Same hometown as Carson Hocevar, name that you hear often on this channel. Here's a payoff pitch. Peterson kicks and deals, and Schumann takes a strike called at the knees, and Peterson starts his night firing strike 3 past Schumann, who might think about challenging. We're going to get a challenge right away. ABS system confirms that it was just on the bottom sliver of the strike zone, and Schumann is gone on strikes. And that's the way this one gets started. Brings up Paul Goldschmidt. And Peterson's first delivery, the sinker misses outside. He uses the sinker quite a bit, as most sinker pitchers do. 1-0 delivery to Goldschmidt is in at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Peterson, a good pickup for this Chicago team from the Mets to bolster the depth in the starting rotation. 1-1 pitch misses wide, 2-1. It is very windy, as you may have expected in the Windy City. It's rained a lot here in Chicago today. Temperature right about 70 degrees. 2-1 delivery. Off speed is in for a strike, 2-2. Goldschmidt hitting .250 on the season for the 7-time All-Star and 5-time Silver Slugger. 2-2 delivery is swung on, hoisted foul along the right-hand side. Stays put at 2-2. Goldschmidt was 0 for 4 at the plate here yesterday. Of course, the Yankees have been playing quite a bit in Chicago. Before this, they had a 4-game set with the White Sox. 2-2 is a fastball high, and the second straight at bat for Peterson to start the game has the count run full. Of course, Goldschmidt with great years in Arizona and St. Louis, his second-year Yankee. 3-2 delivery is swung on, lifted on a soft liner in center, and in the grass and backpedaling to make the catch from short is Dansby Swanson, and there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Ahmed Rosario. The Cubs defensively with Ian Happ, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Seiya Suzuki in the outfield from left to right. The infield from third to first, Bregman, Swanson, Horner, and Bush. Kelly behind the plate catching Peterson, whose first pitch a fastball up and away to Rosario. It's a ball and no strikes. .235 hitter on the season is Rosario. The big left-hander Peterson comes home. Fastball is in at the knees for a strike. Lower outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. To Ahmed Rosario, the New York third baseman. 30-year-old from the Dominican Republic takes a 1-1 on the outside edge. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Rosario with one of the 2 solo home runs here yesterday that powered the Yankees to a 2-0 win. 1-2 from Peterson, swung on and jolted foul on the right-hand side. It's 1-2. He's hit safely in 4 of the last 5 for New York. 1-2 offering from Peterson comes home and it misses high. 2-2 to Rosario, who New York acquired last season in a trade from Washington. Peterson looks into his catcher, Parker Kelly. Comes home with a 2-2 up in the zone, and it's lifted out of play by Rosario, who spoils another 2-strike pitch. He's played with the Mets. He's been with Cleveland, Tampa Bay, short spells with the Dodgers and Reds. Another 2-2 home from Peterson is swung on and lifted foul out of play on the right-hand side. That home run yesterday, his 10th of the season. Mention how windy it is. Wind gust of about 25 miles an hour here at first pitch. Another 2-2, swung on and missed by Rosario, and a good opening start on the mound for Chicago's left-hander, David Peterson, who sits down the Yankees in order. And a 1-2-3 start for Peterson is how this one gets underway from the friendly confines here at Wrigley Field, and that's how we get underway of our Major League Baseball coverage here on the Ultimate Sports Network. Glad to have you with us. Yankees and Cubs interleague matchup here at Wrigley. And again, it's obviously it's taken us a while to get into the baseball game here on the channel, but as we mentioned, it'll be really fun to work our way through the months of August and September and go, of course, into the spectacle that is the month of October and the Major League Baseball postseason. Cubs will come to the plate for the first time here in just a moment. Here's the starting lineup for Chicago. Pete Crow Armstrong will lead it off, followed by Seiya Suzuki. Alex Bregman bats third. Carson Kelly in the cleanup spot, the catcher Michael Busch. And Nico Horner rounds out the middle third. The latter third of Ian Happ, Dansby Swanson, and the designated hitter is James Triantos. The starting order for Chicago tonight, and they will be going up against very dangerous New York left-hander Max Fried. Fried, who pitched just 3 innings but got the victory on Monday here in Chicago against the White Sox. He's 4-3 on the season, ERA of 3.23. As we know, Fried, one of the nastiest pitchers in Major League Baseball, one of the nastiest starters at least when he is healthy. That 4-3 record this season coming on 12 starts. As Chicago will come to the plate for the first time with Pete Crow Armstrong to get it started for the Cubs against Fried, who, as I mentioned, that 4-3 mark across 12 starts, a lot of no decisions in the big left-handers season so far. Pair of left-handers opposing each other tonight as Fried fires his first pitch in for a strike taken by PCA. Pete Crow Armstrong hitting .283 on the season. 11th most home runs in Major League Baseball with 24. As the 0-1 pitch is a curveball that misses in the dirt, 1-1. He has been one of the most efficient players in the big leagues this season, as Pete Crow Armstrong. Fried kicks and deals the 1-1, swing and a miss on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-2. These two, Fried and Crow Armstrong, played at the same high school, Harvard Westlake High School in Los Angeles. Ball and 2 strikes. Fried kicks and deals, and fastball just missed on the outside corner. Good take by Crow Armstrong, who had 3 hits in the last 2 games of Chicago's 4-game series in St. Louis prior to coming back home. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fried to the plate. Fastball missed low, and the count runs full. We've had plenty of 3-2 counts here to start this one. It's a good top of the order here for Chicago with PCA, Suzuki, and Bregman. They can certainly do some damage at the top of the order. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fried into the windup, comes home, and Crow Armstrong off the end of the bat fouls it away. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Drove in 2 runs on Wednesday in a 10-inning loss at St. Louis. Fried once again looks into his catcher, Ali Sanchez, comes home with another 3-2, and it's just fouled off by Pete Crow Armstrong, who just got a piece of it. Well, like Sanchez had a chance to squeeze it. Just skipped off the glove. So the at-bat continues with a full count. As PCA steps out of the box. Free to no decision in that game Monday night at the White Sox. Another 3-2, and breaking pitch gets away from him, misses low and away, and it's a leadoff walk for Pete Crow Armstrong. And a leadoff base runner for Chicago. We'll bring on Seiya Suzuki, 31-year-old from Arakawa, Japan. Suzuki had a hitting streak snapped by not getting on base in the series finale against St. Louis. Takes a breaking pitch downstairs, ball one. .270 hitter on the season with 18 home runs and 60 RBIs. Having a really solid campaign is Suzuki this season. Runner at first, Fried throws over. Crow Armstrong is in easily. Had a 5-game hitting streak, did Suzuki, prior to going hitless in the game Thursday in St. Louis. Got a day off yesterday. 1 ball, no strike pitch from Fried is in there. Sinker at 94 over the heart of the plate for a strike, 1-1. Cubs have been on the road for quite a bit. Series at Pittsburgh and at St. Louis. Their first home game in more than a week since they hosted Detroit. 1-1, Fried looks over, comes home. Suzuki swings and misses through an elevated fastball. It's 1-2. A leadoff walk for Pete Crow Armstrong and a base runner for the Cubs. And now Suzuki, who has 60 RBIs on the season, will go to work. Top 5 in Major League Baseball in OPS. Breaking pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher Sanchez, and PCA will trot on to second, and he's into scoring position with nobody out. It'll be a wild pitch by Fried. So runner at second, nobody out, 2 strikes on Suzuki. Fried peers over his left shoulder, comes home. Suzuki takes inside, full count again. I've got JT in the background, by the way, sending me messages about how this would be played. This was banana ball. He is with us tonight. We'll get a word in from him here in just a moment as he does a baseball game. We all do a baseball game for the first time on this channel. 3-2 is hit on the ground to second and thrown over to first in time for out number 1. Advancing to third is Pete Crow Armstrong. And Suzuki at least does the job of getting the runner over. So 1 away and a runner at third for Alex Bregman. Bregman, of course, the former Houston Astro, as this pitch is in the dirt. It gets behind Sanchez, and Pete Crow Armstrong will come in to score, and it's 1-0 Chicago. Another wild pitch thrown by Fried, his second of the inning, gives up 2 bases on the 2 wild pitches, and it's 1-0 Cubs. As that one was in the dirt well before the plate. A tough ball to squeeze for Sanchez. And the Cubs have manufactured an early run. Here's Bregman taking inside, 2-0. So 2-0 on Bregman. And Fried needs to find the strike zone here. He does, and Bregman swings and skies one out to center field. Spencer Jones gets underneath it and makes the catch for out number 2. So a 2 away. Carson Kelly will come to the plate, the catcher. With nobody on and 2 out, and Fried delivers breaking pitches beautifully dropped in for a strike. JT is the happiest person on the planet right now because now he can talk to me and not come across on air. Here's an 0-1, fastball misses high, 1 ball, 1 strike. He is absolutely thrilled by this development. He truly is. And that's really his plan. He wants me to laugh and react to things that he says with the viewers not hearing what he says, and then I come across looking like an idiot. That ball fouled away by Kelly. Like right now. 1-2 on Kelly, the catcher. Cubs out to an early lead here. Manufacturing a run with Pete Crow Armstrong getting on with a walk. Advancing to second on a wild pitch, sacrificed over to third, and then scoring on a wild pitch as Kelly swings and fouls away a 1-2. Do not have a hit in the inning, but they do have a run. One-two to the Chicago-born catcher Kelly, misses in the dirt again from Fried. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kelly started his career with St. Louis. Has been with Arizona, Detroit, and Texas. This is his 2nd season with the Cubs. Was born in Chicago in July of '94. Swings and misses at a terrific breaking pitch from Fried, who finishes out the inning strong, but gives up a run after losing Pete Crow Armstrong with ball 4, and then 2 wild pitches help bring him home, and the Cubs, without a hit, have a 1-0 lead here on a Saturday night in Wrigley. All right, everyone has waited long enough, JT. Would you like to make your presence heard? I think that means I have to hit a button. There we go.
That does mean you have to hit a button.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it. We have so many things that are new here. It is quite unbelievable. Hello, JT.
Hello, I've got a banana band dancing and vibing on one screen. I've got grown men dancing on chairs with pieces of paper in their hand, and I've got people driving around in circles. That is two banana ball games, 3 in 19 minutes, because the Smurf Turf game will get underway.
Oh, the Smurf
and then
Turf.
Arca East at Flat Rock Speedway. What a name!
So again, JT has been sending me messages in the background about he could have stolen first, or he could have done a backflip, or so okay. 1 inning into your baseball watching life, normal baseball, regular baseball.
Yeah.
How is it? How do you like it? Is it too early to ask?
Boring. No, right. I will give them some credit. The score currently is what a score could be at the end of a banana ball first inning, because in banana ball you score as many runs as you want, but there's only 1 point available per inning.
Right. Sure, I knew that.
So indeed. And there's a crash up in turn 1 and turn 2. Caution is out with 17 laps to go.
Peterson gets back to work on the mound for Chicago. First pitch of the second inning is outside for ball 1 to Jason Dominguez. Peterson not wasting any time, comes home with a 1-0 and catches the outside edge for strike 1. I hope that I and JT are all sounding well. We've got new systems going on as Peterson comes home. Dominguez waves and misses and falls behind in the count 1-2. Here's a 1-2 from Peterson. Breaking pitch misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dominguez 0 for 3 at the plate yesterday. Did get aboard with a walk. 2-2 from Peterson. Dominguez swings and misses, and Peterson's positive start continues. His third strikeout in his first 4 batters faced, 1 away. Now here is a great question for JT. In Banana Ball, have you heard at least similar things from me tonight that at least you hear at Banana Ball? As here's a ground ball hit on the ground to short by Jazz Chisholm, thrown over by Dansby Swanson in time, 1 away, a 6-3 putout. Am I saying things that at least you recognize?
I need to make sure I'm talking on the right input here. You haven't said ball force sprint yet, and now sprinting is much better than walking. It's more fun.
Anthony Volpe at the plate takes a strike from Peterson. Nobody on and 2 away. Christian Malley, our good friend, with us in the comments. Glad to have you with us again. He's been with us all day. He's been with us all day. Here's an 0-1 to Volpe. Off speed, misses outside. It's 1-1. I'll tell you one thing for sure. I have not done a lot of baseball the last couple of years. There's multiple reasons for that. But the pace is incredible. Here's a 1-1, and that pitch by Peterson twisted up. Volpe was handcuffed. A swing and a miss over a fastball. It's 1-2. I mean, normally you would call a baseball game, there's a feel, there's a rhythm to it, there's a storytelling aspect to it. There's a lot of ways to get things in. This is, honestly, it's taking my breath away how quick the action is. Peterson comes home and misses high. It's 2-2. So I'm having to get not only back into the rhythm of calling baseball, but I'm having to speed everything up because this pitch clock changes everything. Here's a 2-2. Volpe with a swing and a ground ball up the middle of the diamond off a broken bat. Taken at second by Horner. Thrown to first in time. And that will end the inning. And a 1-2-3 inning again for Peterson as Volpe breaks his bat and grounds out to put an end to the New York half of the second. Now, JT just said in my ear that Banana Ball apparently is even quicker than this, and I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do it. This is... By the way, Christian says, everything is sounding okay. Just got my international NFL Game Pass renewed. Very good. Great to hear that. But apparently everything is sounding good on our end. Again, new systems and everything. JT helped me set it up, and we got it set up in what was that, 30 minutes?
Are you telling me I did something right?
It's stunning to everyone I know.
Wow.
See, now what I have to do is I have to put a cake dome. I have to get a cake dome somewhere and put it over this board so I don't press any buttons that I shouldn't be pressing. I want it like this for the rest of time.
Yes. Also, I'm going to have to keep remembering every single time I talk on the back channel, I'm going to have to remember to say talk back, because if I don't say talk back, you're going to think I'm talking live. But then if I talk on the back channel without saying talk back, then when I come to speak on broadcast, you will think I'm talking on talk back.
But again, JT's the happiest person in the world. about this. See, I'm just hoping that
No.
I'm sounding the same that I've always sounded, because I have to say, I'm hearing things differently. Like, I hear myself now, which is very different. As I'm hearing myself in my headset, and I'm hearing JT a bit differently as well, but that's because he also just got a headset recently. So I'm hearing things much differently. So I'm hoping everything is just sounding the same.
Hello.
Does that still does that still sound the same? However,
It does.
okay. Also, yeah, I'm not yet the happiest person in the world, and next weekend I will be when my mega setup. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because we're already out of ad break, and that is. Are you going to give me a count?
Michael Bush takes a breaking pitch up high, ball one.
Okay.
Oh, and that's why they didn't give the count. There is a challenge from the catcher, Ali Sanchez,
and
as
a strike. Thank you.
Yeah, ABS confirms that it was a strike, overturned call.
I'm going back to the shadow realm now. I have done enough calling of baseball.
0-1 from Fried. Swung on off the end of the bat by Bush, lifted in the air, left center field, ranging to his right. Jones comes over to make the catch, and there's one away. Now, of course, JT in Banana Ball, I don't know if it's any different in Banana Ball, but that is scored as an F8, a flyout to the center fielder. Here's Nico Horner, Cubs second baseman. First pitch taken on the inside corner, a cutter. Well placed for a called strike. Home plate umpire tonight, by the way, is Ron Kulpa, calling the balls and strikes. And we've got yet another challenge. Yeah, he's challenging again. Or we have another challenge, and Kulpa, who's already had a call overturned in this inning, just had another one. That missed. It's ball one. And now Fried comes home, and a swing and a miss as Horner went fishing for it. It's 1-1 strike now. Kulpa at home with Scott Berry at first, Manny Gonzalez at second, and Tom Hanahan at third, the umpiring crew. Here's a 1-1 by Fried into the wind, and Horner swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. It's 1-2. Summer Saturday night at Wrigley is got to be one of the best things in baseball. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Horner checks up. Did he go around? He did, says first base umpire Scott Berry for strike three, and there's two away. As Horner tried to check up and could not. So Fried, a much more comfortable start to his second inning than he had in his first. By the way, Christian got back. He said in the comments, it's even better. So perhaps we sound even better as Fried fires a strike to Ian Happ. See, JT's been trying to get me to do this for the better part of 3 months.
I sound even better. Why are you not stealing first? It's a wild pitch. It's gone. Anyway, I sound even better because I've got a new state-of-the-art 200-pound headset. Matthew sounds better because he's finally changed it over to a good system, which I've been begging him for months to do.
For the better part of 3 months. 1-1 to Ian Happ. Has safely hit in 3 of his last 4 games, but swings through a breaking pitch up in the zone. It's 1-2. Happ, a 31-year-old that's only a couple of days away from turning 32. Went to the University of Cincinnati. 1-2 pitch from Fried, and that swung on and fouled off by Happ to stay alive. Fried has mowed him down here in this second inning after a shaky first frame where he did not give up a hit but did surrender a run. Happ in his 10th year in the big leagues, all with Chicago. 1-2 from Fried, misses outside with an off-speed pitch. Count evens up at 2-2.
In in the bottom of the second as well with 2 outs. Look at that.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The big left-hander Fried kicks and deals, breaking pitch, and on a bit of an excuse me swing, Happ fouls it off. That battle continue. Happ an all-star in 2022. 4-time Gold Glover. Here's Fried trying to put him away once again, and that 2-2 in on the hands is punched foul. Fried with that breaking pitch that has so much vertical movement to it. Happ really making him work in this at-bat. As Fried into the windup comes home again, misses up and away with a cutter. And the count runs full. Plenty of pitches in this at-bat. And Fried approaching 40 pitches, not quite through 2 full. Three-2 to Happ is swung on and missed. He swung right over the cutter, bending to the inside, and Fried sits the Cubs down in order in the second with a couple of strikeouts. End of 2 here at Wrigley, a 1-0 lead for the Cubs. And we did confirm with JT, F8 is a thing that he's heard of. Very good.
I had heard of it, I just didn't know what it meant. Same with, hold on, let me give you some more numbers. There's an F6, there's an F7.
So F always means a fly out, and the number is indicating who it was flown out to, because each position in the field is assigned a number. So an F6 is a fly out to the shortstop, which if you're flying out to the shortstop more times than not, it's really a P6, which is a pop out.
I think that yes, that is a P6, yes. But there's an F6-4 down here. I think that is.
F6-4, so now that might be a banana ball thing, but you've flown out to the shortstop and then he's thrown it to second.
To try and get someone else out.
Yes.
Yes. Strikeout is K. They keep saying backwards K, but I know that's also strikeout, but it's a different type of strikeout, right?
Yes, K is when it's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Backwards K, which I've already written down in my book here, is when strike 3 is called.
Okay.
Once we get through the game, I will take a picture of my score. My favorite thing about doing baseball.
On the Twitter.
My favorite thing about doing baseball is keeping score of the game.
Are you going to post it on the Twitter?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Look at how cute this is. I'm sending it to you on the Twitter.
I mean, I've got a brand new scorebook for this. I have purchased brand new scorebooks. It's fantastic.
I'm going to shut up. I'm going to go back to the back rooms because, oh my God, we've already thrown the first pitch.
Swinging a foul ball to the backstop by Yankees rookie Spencer Jones. Gets the top of the third started. Peterson comes home with an 0-1. Yanks it wide. Ball and a strike. Peterson, talking about the pace of the game, Peterson is not wasting any time between pitches. Ball and a strike to Jones, the big, tall, lanky rookie who hit a home run yesterday. Yankees hit 2 solo shots yesterday to win 2-0. Fouls that one straight back, and it's 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes to Jones. Peterson comes to the plate. Jones hits it off the end of the bat as he reaches out and fouls that away. Jones hitting .236 on the season. That's through just 37 games. Yesterday was his 4th home run of the year. Peterson into the windup, comes home with a 1-2. Breaking pitch started it in, and it never came back to the outside. It misses for 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, Armstrong comes home quickly, and a swing and a miss. That slider tailing away gets the better of the rookie Jones, and already a 4th strikeout for Armstrong, and a great start for him as he has sat down the first 7 Yankees in order. JT talking on talkback, and I'm going to have to now say, repeat that on talkback? Yes, that would be a regular K as ball 1 misses up high to the Yankee catcher, Ali Sanchez. Here's a 1-0, swung on, hit on the ground down the first baseline, fair, down the line and into the corner. It caroms off the wall to Suzuki in right, and that will only be 1 bag for Sanchez. If that kept going and got to the corner, he could go to 2, but it caromed nicely for Suzuki off the wall and right into his glove. But the first hit of the night for the Yankees is Ali Sanchez hitting it down the first base line. Brings up Jose Caballero. Yankee third baseman takes a fastball up and away for ball 1. So first base runner of the night for New York. Caballero, the 29-year-old from Los Santos, Panama. Ball and no strikes. Peterson comes home. Breaking ball is in for a strike, 1-1. Second-year Yankee is Caballero. Spent time before that with Tampa Bay and Seattle. Good base stealer if he gets on. Twice has led the American League in stolen bases, including last year. Swings through a 1-1 sinker. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Peterson very nearly got through the order unblemished. Sanchez hit spoiled that, but it has been a really good start on the mound for David Peterson, who comes home with a 1-2, and that's swung on and missed. And Caballero is gone, and that's strikeout number 5 for Peterson. Of course, everyone scores baseball differently, JT. As I score, because I'm broadcasting, of course, for me, in my book, that's a K5 because it's his 5th strikeout. I want to keep count how many strikeouts he has. Back to the top of the order, and Max Schumann, who took strike 3 in the first, swings on the first pitch, grounds it to short for Dansby Swanson, who will give it to Horner at second, and that will put an end to the Yankee third. Get their first hit. That's the first hit of the game. But they strand the runner, and we go to the home half of the third. The Cubs up 1-0.
Matthew,
JT.
Does that mean that we go for Bananas Foster now, which is the best part of a banana ball game?
Okay.
Is there no Bananas Foster?
I don't think so.
That's a shame. That it's the cutest part of the banana ball game. Basically, bananas run a non-profit, and for every single banana ball game, they choose a foster family into the community, and they bring them out onto the field.
I see.
Yes. Yeah, it's bottom of the 5th in Coconuts. Well, Clowns Coconuts. Coconuts lead 2-0. Bottom of the 5th. Firefighters lead the Bananas 1-0. And a 3rd home run this season.
By the way, our
Gideon Anton
mentioned our good friend Christian Malley is in the comments. So too is our good friend Pierre Moss, big baseball fan.
Yeah.
He says scorekeeping is amazing for baseball. I love keeping score at Mets games. Big Mets fan. Commiserations for that.
No. So that was a bad time for me to laugh.
Well,
I was laughing at a graphic that they've just thrown up on the Banana Book
well,
podcast.
unfortunately, most people spend most of their time laughing at the Mets, which is, sad.
There.
But anyway. Oh, he's just sent it. Okay. Good gracious.
Indeed. And a home run for Dan Oberst. His 11th home run this season. That ties the Bananas up with the Firefighters.
We go to the home half of the third here at Wrigley. Dansby Swanson will lead off against Max Fried into his third inning of work. As Fried delivers to Kennesaw, Georgia native Swanson, who swings and pops up the first pitch over the top of the diamond on the dirt from short. Volpe comes in to make the catch for out number one.
I am coming on broadcast for this. That was the easiest tip drill opportunity you have had for this game.
Now, see, that'll go into my scorebook as a P6, not an F6. Wasn't a fly out, it was a pop out.
English? Okay.
Here's James Triantos, the DH. First pitch from Fried is a fastball in at the knees for a strike at 93. Triantos has been with AAA Iowa for much of the year. He was recalled just about a week ago. Here's an 0-1 to him, and that fastball lands on the outside edge for straight two, and it's quickly 0-2 on Triantos from Fairfax, Virginia. And in his limited time in the big leagues is hitting .500. But he's down in the count, 0-2 here. As Fried comes home, and Triantos swings and misses through a fastball that Fried threw his entire body behind at 95. And Fried has his fourth strikeout, and there's two gone. Already some action in the Yankee bullpen as the Cubs turn it back over to the top of the order, and Pete Crow Armstrong, with nobody on and two away, swings and misses at a first pitch cutter from Fried, who, again, was very shaky in the first inning. Gave up a run despite not giving up a hit. But he has really turned it on as Crow Armstrong swings and pumps a fly ball out to right. Will easily stay in the yard, and Dominguez squeezes out number 3, and that is a second straight 1-2-3 inning on the mound from Fried. Cubs still without a hit, but they lead 1-0 through 3. So again, our baseball coverage starting here on USN, as we will take you through. I'll take you through plenty of games through August and September on the build-up to October. Our guy Jarek Rubel will be doing plenty of baseball for you. That's the hopes. JT almost assuredly has not heard Jarek do anything but hockey. He does enjoy himself some baseball, though. And I've already sent Jarek a message since since this game started. I just sent him a message a few minutes ago. I said, I suck at baseball now. This is like a different game with the pitch clock. This is really, the pitch clock changes absolutely everything. I'm not loving my performance so far through 3 innings. Let's just say that. Anyway. But the pitch clock obviously has been such a great invention from baseball to shorten these games. I mean, again, there's a portion of people that loved the baseball games that always lasted 3 hours 57 minutes, 4 hours 26 minutes, but it's really moved the game on. It's made it as popular as it's been in a long, long time. It's brought a lot of younger fans in. Now, where have I heard this story before? A sport is trying to shorten their events to make it more convenient to attend and watch, especially from casual people and younger fans. Where have I heard that before? My God. Incredible. Go to the fourth. And a breaking pitch misses low to Paul Goldschmidt as the Yankee half of the fourth gets underway. Peterson comes home with a 1-0, and Goldschmidt muscles it foul to the right side. Peterson's given up just the one hit once through the order. As the wind ruffles the back of Peterson's shirt, here's a 1-1, and that's right down the heart of the plate. A fastball at 92 for strike two to Goldschmidt. As Peterson on the mound, kicks the dirt, now comes home with a 1-2. Swung on at a bouncing ball to short for Swanson, who gathers and throws in time to first, and there's one away. And that'll bring up Ahmed Rosario. Rosario, who struck out to end the first, will be next up to the plate for New York. But before that at-bat can begin, there's a meeting on the mound here with David Peterson. Speaking of the Mets, with our guy Pierre, that's who the Cubs acquired Peterson from. And I wonder just if David's okay. That last pitch to get Goldschmidt to ground out, he was kind of stretching out that left arm a bit. But he will stay out there, and he'll work to Rosario. Next pitch will be his 50th, and here it comes, and it's a sinker on the outside part of the plate for a called strike. No balls and a strike to Rosario. Peterson comes home and misses outside. It's 1-1. Three and 1 is Peterson's record since he came to Chicago. 1-1 pitch swung on and flown foul out of play by Rosario, who's behind in the count 1-2. Rosario struck out to end the first. Here's the left-handed Peterson. Kicks and deals the 1-2 up in the zone. Rosario able to poke it away foul. And we'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on and one away here in the top of the fourth. Peterson comes home, and that slider in the dirt does not challenge Rosario. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned earlier, Rosario well-traveled in his major league career. Here's a 2-2, swinging a bouncing ball to short, taken on a hop by Swanson. Throws to first, close play, but Rosario is out. And there's 2 gone. Swanson tested a couple of times in the field to start this 4th inning, and that'll bring up Jason Dominguez. As still the Yankees try to find a way to get to this big left-hander on the mound. First pitch is a breaking ball swung on and popped up behind the plate by Dominguez. Giving it a look is Kelly, But that ball will land in row 12, and a lucky lady with a Yankees pinstripe cap on able to grab that foul ball. Strike one pitch to Dominguez from Peterson, and that's also fouled back and out of play. Quickly 0-2. Nobody on and 2 away here for Dominguez. Hoping to do some damage on his own. Peterson kicks and deals. Swing and a jam shot. A slow roller off a bounce to Swanson, who charges and throws to first. And another close play. Out is the call, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Peterson. He sat down the Yankees in order in 3 of the first 4 innings. Good play by Swanson to charge that ball as it hung in the air for a bit before it dropped to the ground, making it a close play. But Swanson gets the putout on each of the 3 outs in the inning. 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Running through the 4th, and it's still a 1-0 Chicago lead through 3.5.
Matthew.
JT.
It's the middle of the 4th.
Yes.
Where is the hey baby? Come on now. If they're not gonna do it on the field, then I best do it by myself.
So I feel like no matter what happened tonight, I was going to be very self-conscious with this new audio system, and like I said, I cannot remember the last time I did a baseball game. But the pace of I feel like I absolutely suck tonight. Like I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this because I sound
I know
awful.
for a fact you are not looking at a Discord right now.
No, I'm not. Oh, there he goes. He's God. Oh, I'd like to say one other thing about doing baseball. Now this is gonna be so much old man yells at cloud as JT continues to just dance away. Getting ready for a baseball game these days. Do you know how difficult it is just to find someone's batting average? No, we want to talk about.
I'm trying to keep a straight face so much right now.
We want to talk about everyone's OPS plus. What's so bad about a batting average?
That was awesome and so perfectly timed.
You know, I got to go through OPS plus and RBAT plus and just absolute nonsense of statistics as Seiya Suzuki starts the home half of the 4th, taking a strike on the inside corner. I did eventually find his batting average, Suzuki hitting .270 for the season. Thank Christ, I finally found a batting average. Here's Free to the plate, breaking ball swung at and missed. It's 0-2. Suzuki had a career year last year, 32 home runs and 103 RBIs, unlikely to reach those totals this season. Here's an 0-2 from Fried. Breaking pitch is swung on and turned foul down the third baseline. You know, Fried has sat down 9 Cubs in a row and has still not allowed a hit, and he's only allowed the 1 base runner, but it was Pete Crow Armstrong who came around to score in the first. Here's an 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. He walked Pete Crow Armstrong, who then advanced to second on a wild pitch, was sacrificed over to third, and then came in to score on a wild pitch. That's the only base runner Chicago has had. Fried has been picture perfect since then. Here's a 1-2 and a called strike 3. Fastball inside corner. Strikeout number 5 for Max Fried, who has really started to mow him down. So 1 gone. And that'll bring up Alex Bregman. And Bregman quickly takes strike 1. I mean, the pace is so quick that even the TV broadcast can't even keep up getting from replays or graphics or whatever. We've actually had a challenge by Bregman, and that call will be overturned by half an inch. That ball missed the upper part of the strike zone. So it's 1-0, third time that we've had an overturned call because of an ABS challenge. Here's Fried hurling a fastball up and in, and he falls behind in the count. 2-0 to Bregman, the LSU Tiger, twice a World Series champion, of course, with Houston. Here's a 2-0, swung on and lined over the leaping shortstop Volpe, and Chicago's got their first hit of the night. As Volpe leapt up off a trampoline and very nearly got that, but Bregman smokes it into left, and the Cubs have their first hit. And just their second base runner of the night, as he hacked at the 2-0 and just got it over Volpe. First hit of the night for Chicago. And it brings up the catcher Carson Kelly. And when you have a catcher named Carson Kelly, that's really good alliteration, as the first pitch off speed swung on and fouled back. Struck out in the first to end the first, did Kelly. Bregman gets his lead at first. And the wind really picks up as Fried kicks and deals on 0-1. That curveball drops in upper part of the strike zone for strike 2. Bregman's certainly not a threat to steal a base over there. Has only attempted to steal 3 times this year. It's 2 for 3. No balls and 2 strikes on the big, tall catcher Kelly, as the cutter is swung on and fouled off. Stays 0-2. Bregman, first-year Chicago Cub, after he had his first season not in Houston last year and was an all-star with Boston. Here's an 0-2 to Kelly. The left-hander comes home, and that ball swung and lined foul to the right-hand side. Mentioned earlier that Kelly was born in Chicago, went to Westview High School in Portland, with his second year with Chicago, hitting .260 on the season, has 37 RBIs. No balls and 2 strikes from Fried, and Kelly swings and misses. And another strikeout for Fried, I've got it as my 6th. Why does Fox just say it's his 5th? Have I miscounted somewhere? I don't believe I have. Anyway, 2 are gone for Michael Busch, who lined out on just 1 pitch back in the second. Takes the first pitch here, and that just caught the outside corner for strike 1. Michael Busch from Grove Heights, Minnesota, played collegiately at the University of North Carolina. It's long been a great baseball program. 0-1, swung on and fouled down the first baseline. It's 0-2. Made it, of course, to another national championship series this year, did North Carolina in Omaha, but lost out to Boomer Sooner, Oklahoma. claiming the national championship, and North Carolina still without a title in college baseball, which is incredible to think about, really. Here's Friedholm with an 0-2. Slider misses low and away, did not challenge Bush. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Bush had a couple of hits at Busch Stadium, as it were, Thursday in St. Louis. That included an RBI, his 58th of the year. 1-2 from Fried. Bush checks up on a slider that missed low. It's 2-2 as he did not go around. Power numbers down for Bush this season. He had 21 home runs 2 years ago, 34 last year. It's been held to just 13 this season. Friedholm with a 2-2, and Bush with a swing and a fly ball out to medium deep center. Jones comes in as the wind knocks it down and is able to make the catch for out number 3. In an inning where the Cubs got their first hit of the game, but they still lead 1-0 on the Yanks as we're through 4 full here at Wrigley. I will just say this, by the way. I mentioned earlier that JT walked me through this new audio system earlier, and one thing that we did in this was create a button where I can mute myself. It is the greatest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. It is so much easier to mute myself now. And you know me. Anyone that knows me knows I am a big proponent of people that know how to utilize a mute button. And this is the greatest thing in the history of mute button time. It's this button to easily silence myself. I have a cough button now, JT. This is incredible. I just coughed and no one heard it. So we're all very happy indeed.
Well, I heard it on the talkback.
Well, yeah. Yes. Yes, he did.
Thank you for that. I'm going to say something to you on talkback. Hold on, stand by.
So we will go to the 5th. One nothing lead for the Cubs as we head towards the 5th. See, this is also, JT and I can just talk so much easier now. As Peterson goes back to work to start the 5th, then he lands a slider in on the outside corner for strike 1 to Jazz Chisholm. Chisholm grounded out to short in his first at-bat. Peterson's 0-1 is a fastball that catches the upper outside corner. Strike 2. Peterson's been rolling right along. He, as Fried, has given up just 1 hit. That last pitch was his 60th. And here he comes home with an 0-2 that Chisholm swings and misses. A half-hearted swing at that. Slider was not close, and that's strikeout number 7. Number 6, rather, for Peterson. And there's 1 gone. These 2 starters, both left-handed, have been well in control so far tonight, but here's a swing and a ground ball to third by Volpe. Bregman swallows it up. His throw across the diamond is in time, and quickly there's 2 away. As Anthony Volpe is retired 5-3. 2 gone for Spencer Jones, a big, tall rookie. And I do mean big and tall, 6'7". This 25-year-old that went to Vanderbilt. Lefty on lefty here as the first pitch from Peterson misses high. Struck out in the third. Did Jones. Here's a 1-0 from Peterson, and that locked Jones up. He tried to hold back on his swing, and he did. On a pitch that was up and in, it's 2 balls and no strikes. First-round pick out of Vanderbilt 4 years ago. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball to first, taken by Bush, who then fumbles it and cannot get it back. And Jones is aboard safely on an error by the first baseman, Bush. And the Yankees get just their second base runner of the night with an E3. Brought Bush out to his right. Peterson was covering, and Bush just couldn't scoop it up. So Jones on base for Ali Sanchez, who has the only Yankee hit to this point, as Peterson throws to first. No real play over there. Sanchez with a single down the first base line. Back in the third. First pitch to him is in for a strike from Peterson at 90. No balls and a strike to Ali Sanchez from Venezuela. To the plate comes Peterson, and Sanchez takes that slider. Outside edge for a strike. It's 0-2. Birthday coming up next week for Sanchez. He'll turn 24. That hit earlier tonight was his first in 3 games. No balls and 2 strikes to the Yankee catcher. Peterson comes home, and Sanchez grounds one to first, and Bush can't stop it. That's through into right field, a base hit. Stopping at second is Jones, and now the Yankees have 2 hits on the night, and they're both from Ali Sanchez. Perhaps not the guy you would expect to have the first 2 hits of a game for the Yankees, but he's done it here. That first one was down the first baseline over the bag. This one inside the bag and inside a Bush. So 2 on base and 2 away for Jose Caballero. And Peterson comes home and delivers an off-speed pitch up in the zone that lands for a strike. You got 2 very quick outs to start the inning with Chisholm and Volpe. Then Jones reached on the error by Bush. Now he's at second after a Sanchez hit. Peterson comes home at 0-1. Caballero off the end of the bat flares it foul. Chance for the Yankees to do some damage here and get to Peterson for the first time. It's been really good, this left-hander here tonight. 0-2 delivery. Caballero swings and lines it into right field. That's a base hit. Jones at third is coming around. Throw from Suzuki is bobbled at the plate by Kelly. Jones scores, and this game is tied. Going to third is Sanchez, and the Yankees, with 2 out damage, has tied this game. Well, almost out of nothing, the Yankees have brought problems for the left-hander Peterson on the mound. As I mentioned, started this inning with 2 very quick outs, getting rid of Chisholm and Volpe easily. But then Jones reached on an error, Sanchez with a hit, and then a hit from Caballero, and all of a sudden, This game is tied, and there's 2 base runners for New York. Runners on the corners to try to do even more. It'll be an unearned run given up by Peterson. And the Yankees in the top of the 5th have tied it. And back to the top of the order, it gets turned over to Max Schumann. So here's Schumann. Runners on the corners as he tries to deliver New York the lead. First pitch is taken for a strike. Running to second is Caballero. The throw by Kelly is late. And now there's 2 in scoring position for New York. And a hit here from Schumann could drive home 2. So Caballero swipes second. It was a strike to Schumann. So 0-1. And Peterson's really got to dig in here. 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. A good block behind the plate by Kelly. A run-saving block by Kelly. So the count goes to 1-1. Christian, by the way, says, I had fun watching college baseball and March Madness with English commentary on Disney Plus here in Germany since Disney brought back ESPN to Europe. Very good. 1-1 from Peterson, and Schumann golfs and fouls it away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hope everyone is a fan of the baseball setup. This is their first baseball game of any kind on this channel, or past channels. Don't bring that up. Here's a 1-2. Peterson to the plate, and Schumann with a swing and a fly ball out to right center field. Suzuki gets underneath it, calls off Crow Armstrong, and puts away out number 3. So the Yankees strand 2 in scoring position, but they score an unearned run to tie the game. Middle of 5, it's 1-1 here at Wrigley Field as the Yankees scratch their way into a tie. Let's check back in here with JT if we can. JT, how's it going? How is the scoreboarding of the baseball? You like it? Is it okay? All good over there?
It's easy.
Very good. That's what we like to hear. Not as much button pressing as there is in basketball or football, no doubt.
Well, indeed. That and football.
What have you thought about the game itself? Is this something that you would seek out, or is your household still a banana ball household?
Well, I'm currently looking at the Clown's Coconut score, and that is 5 runs in this inning alone. So take that as you wish.
We will take that as we wish.
It is Coconut's domination, though. It's 4-0.
Oh, wow.
But that will easily that can easily come back in Banana Ball Land. We had dancing broadcast team and everything. It was great.
I would like to point out the fact, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. I keep talking about the pitch clock and the pace of the game and all of that. I would like to just point out that we are going to the bottom of the 5th, and we played like an hour and 20 minutes.
Right.
That's astounding to me.
Banana Ball has tons of dancing and everything, and they do a full 9 innings in 2 hours.
Well, I'm just not used to it here, as Nico Horner stands in to lead off the Chicago 5th. Curveball in for a strike from Fried as he pulls the strings perfectly on the first pitch of this inning.
They really go straight from commercial break, no gap at all, straight to the first pitch, don't they?
Well, certainly on a broadcast like this, Fried with another breaking pitch misses up 1-1. I can't tell if that's rain. Everything sounds different with this new audio system, so I'm hearing something which I'm assuming might be rain. 1 strike. I'll take the headset off in a moment. Fried comes home. Horner with a swing and a ground ball through the right side for a base hit. And Horner leads off the fifth with a base hit for Chicago as they try to grab their lead back as he shoots that past the diving Jazz Chisholm. Wow, that is rain. It sounds so differently. I'm like in another world all of a sudden now. Here's Ian Happ. Swung and missed at strike 3 in his first at-bat. Fried delivers. Here's a bunt, and it's fouled by Happ for strike 1. I can't believe there's still bunting going on in Major League Baseball these days. Surprised that's not gone the way of the dodo bird. Analytics and all. No balls and a strike. Fried sitting on 66 pitches, 67th. Coming up right here. Slow windup, and he'll toss to first. Horner's back. I can't get over how this rain sounds. Sounds like it's full-on hurricane. Or as some may say, a hurricane. A hurricane's a-coming. No balls and a strike as the rain sound gets heavier in my ear. I have no idea if that means you're hearing it at home or not. 0-1 to Happ. Swung on it, a bouncing ball trickles foul down the third baseline. Happ's got 50 RBIs this season. Just had to take the headset off again and hear that. That went. Okay, mark the broadcast, the time marked down, 1:29 flat on this stream. Just go back after it publishes to see if you guys are hearing what I'm hearing. I hope not, because it's probably quite annoying. Here's a curveball swung on, bouncing ball down the third baseline, taken by Caballero, thrown across the diamond in time for out number 1. Advancing to second is Horner, so Happ with a productive out number 1. And that'll bring up Dansby Swanson. Here's Swanson, who popped out in the third. Takes a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Good block by Sanchez. My pen seems to be running out of ink. Well, that's not good. I like this pen. 1 ball and no strikes to Swanson, the 8-hole hitter. With a runner at second. Cubs got a run in the first and have led since then until the Yankees found an equalizer in the top of the 5th. Here's a bouncing ball hit foul. Swanson not having the season he's used to. He's hitting just .220 this year with runners in scoring position. That would be a career low. 1-1. Fried looks over at second and now will take even a further look at Horner over there as he steps off. Some more action in the Yankee bullpen. As here's Fried with a 1-1 and Horner with a swing and a ball pumped out in the air to center field. Jones will take a step to his left, get underneath, and make the catch, and Horner will stay put at second, and that's out number 2. I need this pen to... I need the pen to start writing. 2 are out. I'm going to have to find another pen. Thought I had more life left in that pen. That's actually quite disappointing. You know, when you find a pen that you like, you don't want to get rid of it. Two gone, and a quick word on the mound between Fried and Sanchez. As Horner still stands at second with 2 out, and Triantos up next. Fried has been so extremely good, especially post-first inning. Here's Triantos to try to bring home a go-ahead run with Horner at second. First pitch from Fried, curveball, and again places it perfectly in for a strike. It's 0-1. Triantos struck out in his first at-bat in the third. Here's an 0-1, and a swing and a bouncing ball to third, picked up by Caballero. Throw across the diamond is in time, and Fried gets through the hit by Horner to lead off the inning, and we stay tied at 1 through 5 here in the windy city of Chicago. So 1-1. And a pitcher's duel is broken out here at Wrigley, and you don't see a lot of those anymore. Now, you don't see a lot of starters go into a duel like this much anymore. It's good to see, though. As we will head off to the 6th in a 1-1 game. Again, baseball coverage here on USN through August and September and the push towards October. We'll have multiple voices as our baseball coverage here on the channel gets underway. Hope you will join us. We'll try to put together a set schedule as we can going into next week. But we'll have some fun following the hunt for October over the next couple of months. Again, the Yankees and the Cubs certainly have reason to believe that they will be in October. And in the playoff race, of course, the Yankees, it's been so long for the Yankees. When you're the New York Yankees, it's a long drought. For them to have gone 17 years since the last time they won the World Series. As Peterson comes back out, starts the 6th inning with a strike delivered to Paul Goldschmidt, who's 0 for 2 on the night. Here's an 0-1 from Peterson. Off-speed pitch misses outside. 1-1. Goldschmidt, perhaps the biggest bat in this Yankee lineup without Judge or Stanton. Here's a 1-1. Sinker misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Here comes Peterson working ultra quickly to the plate. Slider misses low. Counts at 2-2. It's amazing how fast he does work. I mean, he's already set, and here he goes again. 2-2 to Goldschmidt is low. Count runs full. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Yankees here in the 6th. Goldschmidt, Rosario, and Dominguez. 3-2 to Goldschmidt, swung on and hoisted foul. Peterson now north of 80 pitches. Again, modern day baseball, not a lot of games where you have both starters go into the sixth. Here's a 3-2 and an off-speed pitch taken high in the strike zone for a called strike 3. 7th strikeout of the night for Peterson. And there's one gone. It'll bring up Ahmed Rosario. Rosario 0 for 2 on the night. Swings on the first pitch, lines it into center field. Charging is Crow Armstrong, and he'll get to it and put it away for out number 2. That ball looked like it was dropping quickly. PCA gets to it, and there's 2 away. And that'll bring on Jason Dominguez. Dominguez 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the second, grounded out to short in the fourth as he takes a ball in the dust. 1-0. Both of these teams lead their respective league's wild card race. They're both second in their divisions. Yankees 2.5 in back of Tampa Bay in the American League East. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Swung on and popped up down the first base line into foul territory. Backpedaling goes Bush. Charging is Suzuki. They both run out of room. Ball lands out of play, foul. It's a ball and a strike. Cubs are 6.5 in back of Milwaukee in the National League Central. Brewers, one of the top teams in all of baseball. Ball and a strike to Dominguez. Peterson comes home. Curveball in for a strike, 1-2. Both of these left-handers have been masterfully putting these breaking pitches in tonight. Here's a 1-2. Off speed, misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Peterson comes home. And Dominguez with a swing and a drive down the left field line. That ball in the corner is down fair against the ivy. Dominguez will stroll to second, an extra base hit, as he's in with a 2-out double. First extra base hit of the night from either team. And a 2-out double from Dominguez. As he pushed that up against the ivy in the left field wall. That'll bring on Jazz Chisholm. And a chance to give the Yankees their first lead of the night. Chisholm 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out last time up in the 5th. Peterson's first pitch to him is swung on. Bouncing ball down the first base line, drifts foul. Oh and 1 to Chisholm, who has 45 RBIs on the season. The Yankees with a run in the 5th, an unearned run at that to tie the game. Now looking for the lead. 0-1 is a slider that kicks outside on Peterson's 90th pitch of the night. Have to think that this will, really either way you slice it, this will be the last batter that Peterson faces tonight. Whether he ends the frame or gives up a hit or a walk. Here's a swing and a miss by Chisholm as he swung right through that slider, tailing away from the left-hander. It's a ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 as Peterson tries to keep Dominguez at second. Looks over his left shoulder at him, now comes home. And another slider is where he goes, and he misses outside. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Chisholm would like to play some sweet jazz right here and deliver the Yankees their first lead. 2-2 pitch is a fastball that misses outside, and now the count runs full. Chisholm has 45 RBIs this season. Peterson at the end of the gas tank here. 3-2 delivery, and another slider. It swung on and missed as Chisholm waves his way through it. And Peterson strands Dominguez at second after the 2-out double. Middle of 6, 1-1, Yankees and Cubs. And more than likely, that will be the last that we have seen from the Chicago left-hander David Peterson. And if it is, what a performance he has had tonight. That was his 8th strikeout. And he has really mowed through this Yankees lineup here tonight. So to the bottom of the 6th we will go, and we'll see if we see Max Fried back on the mound, see if he'll try to finish his 6th inning as well. As I was mentioning earlier, you see a major league game these days, and both starting pitchers are into the 6th. I mean, that's a dying breed of a game these days. He will start with the top of the Chicago order in Pete Crow Armstrong, who has scored the only run of the night for Chicago. He'll be the one to lead it off. By the way, our guy Christian said earlier in the comments, I never got warm with banana ball, and I thought Harlem Globetrotters were worse for basketball. So we'll put Christian down as a no for Globetrotters and bananas. Yeah, I just don't understand the banana ball. I too difficult for me. Not smart enough for that. Fried does stay in and delivers a fastball on the outside edge for a strike to Pete Crow Armstrong. Got aboard to lead off the first for the Cubs with a walk and came around to score. Here's an 0-1 pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-2. Armstrong, Suzuki, and Bregman, top of the Cubs order for Fried, who just hit his 75th pitch a moment ago. Here's an 0-2 from Fried. Left-hander kicks and deals. Fastball misses up and away. Still got some good pop on the fastball at 97. But that one missed. One and two. Fried comes home, and that sweeper misses low and away. Count evens up 2-2. This will be a tricky bit for Fried to get through, you would expect. Again, top of the order, this deep into the game. There is action in the Yankees bullpen, as you would expect. 2-2, and a cutter up in the zone is a called strike 3. 7th strikeout of the night for Max Fried, and out walks manager Aaron Boone, and it looks like that will be the last pitch of the night for Fried as he gets Pete Crow Armstrong looking at a 3rd strike. And that will be it for Fried. So the Yankees with a call to the bullpen. Great effort from Fried tonight. Allows just 1 run on 2 hits through 5 1/3. And the Yankees will go to their bullpen for the first time. That's a great outing from Fried. A reminder that tomorrow here on USN, got more WNBA action for you. The best team in the WNBA, the Minnesota Lynx, play host to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Indiana and Minnesota. And then we'll have the men's and women's finals from the DC Open tomorrow as well. So we've got plenty of action for you tomorrow, even though there's no racing tomorrow. Plenty of action for you, as we'll have WNBA action and tennis. It should be, by the looks of it, Angel Chivii that will come on out of the bullpen for the Yankees. Just turned 24 years old, did Chivii, from La Victoria, Dominican Republic. Was called up from the minors earlier this season from Scranton. And the first right-handed pitcher of the night, Chivii, delivers low for ball one to Seiya Suzuki as Suzuki bats with nobody on and one away. 14th appearance out of the pen this year for Chivii, and a swing and a miss from Suzuki on a ball below the knees. It's a ball and a strike. And the right-hander Chivii comes home. Suzuki takes low. 2-1. ERA is a very minuscule 0.60 in those 13 appearances for Chivii. 2-1 is a fastball that pops at 99 outside, 3-1. Behind in the count to Suzuki. 3-1 pitch home, misses wide at 99, and Suzuki's on base for the first time tonight as he draws a one-out walk on the first batter that Chivii sees. This Yankees bullpen has been perhaps the strongest part of this New York team this season. 2.93 bullpen ERA leads Major League Baseball as Chivii rings a strike into Bregman on a fastball down the heart of the plate. He'll bring the fastball that tops out at about 99 right on 100. Here's an 0-1. Bregman takes one in the dirt for ball one. Good block behind the plate. Ball and a strike to Bregman, who lined a base hit into left field last time up in the fourth. Chivii comes home. Bregman takes up, and it's 2-1. Suzuki drew the walk. First Cubs base runner in a while. They haven't had a lot tonight. 2 balls and a strike as Chivii tries to get his control underneath him, and another fastball at 99, but it misses up, and it's 3-1. Bregman doing a really good job working the count here. 3 balls and a strike. Chivii, right-hander, comes home, and it's swung on and fouled away by Bregman, and the count runs full. Has gone pretty deep in the count in each of his first 2 at-bats, Chivii. Carson Kelly on deck. And here's Chivii, come set. Right-hander from the belt, deals. And that fastball misses up at 99. Now tapping the top of his head is Chavi. He wants to challenge. That did not look live as it was all that close. If this is unsuccessful, the Yankees are out of challenges tonight, and it is unsuccessful by quite a bit. That missed by 2.3 inches is what ABS is telling us. So the Yankees are now out of ABS challenges tonight. And Chavi has pushed ball 4 to Suzuki and Bregman in back-to-back at-bats. And the Cubs are in business here with 2 on and 1 out in the 6th as they look to reclaim the lead. NASCAR returns next weekend as the Cup Series heads to the cornfields of the Midwest, the Iowa Speedway, the Iowa Corn 350 next Sunday on USN. You see at bottom of your screen the upcoming NASCAR slate. Iowa, Richmond, Loudon, New Hampshire, then the final race before the chase at Daytona on that Saturday night, and then the chase begins with the Southern 500 from Darlington, South Carolina on Labor Day weekend. As Chavi will now deal to Carson Kelly. With 2 on base, first pitch is in at the knees, a strike. Going with the slider after being fastball heavy in his first 2 at-bats. Here's the 0-1. Kelly with a swing and a fly ball out to center field. Coming in is Jones. He will have it for out number 2. And that will keep Suzuki at second and Bregman at first, and that's a big out from Chavi. Two gone for Michael Busch. Busch 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of flyouts to center field. And Chavi trying to work through some shakiness here in his first inning out of the bullpen. Off-speed pitch misses low to Busch. Not a run-scoring kind of series to this point. They opened this series yesterday, the Yankees with 2 solo home runs to win 2-0, as Busch takes low and in, and Chavi falls behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Pitching has certainly showed up for these two teams, as the right-hander Chavi at 2-0 comes home to Busch, who takes a slider on the outside corner. It came back just enough, and it's 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Chavi delivers off speed in the dirt. And after he's already walked a pair in this inning, he's now 3-1 on Busch, with Nico Horner on deck, who singled his last time up back in the 5th. 3-1 on a cloudy night at Wrigley, with rain just in the area, but it stayed away from the diamond. Here's a swing and a ground ball to second, playable for Chisholm. He'll loop it to first, and the Cubs strand a couple. And Chavi comes out of the pen, walks a pair, but strands them on base, and we're through 6 at Wrigley. Yankees and Cubs tied at 1. So shaky indeed from Chavi, but he's able to work his way through it. And we'll go to the 7th here from the friendly confines. Who's going to blink first down the stretch here? 6 innings in, JT, your thoughts?
we started this broadcast with 3 banana ball games running. There's only one now. Yeah, it's going good. The Arca East is finished, so I've now switched that broadcast as well. However,
And where were they at again?
Arca East were at Flat Rock Speedway, I believe, or something like that. Thank you for that, Matthew. Yes, Flat Rock Speedway. They were at today. But well, tonight, today, whatever.
Whatever.
This morning, because well, time zones exist. Yeah, this game has been interesting.
Yeah.
I say that because this is not what I'm used to.
Well, yeah.
And let's just say there's been a lot less scoring. Because at this point, in Banana Ball, we would have had multiple home runs and we would probably be at a score like 3-1 or 3-2 or something like that. At this time, yesterday, the Texas Tailgaters had something stupid like 22 runs.
Anthony Volpe leads off the 7th for the Yankees and takes ball 1. Now here's a surprise. Chicago has kept David Peterson on the mound to start this 7th inning, and Volpe swings and grounds one up the middle. Behind the bag at second, Horner has it. Throw to first is there for out number 1. So Peterson remains on the mound as he closes in on 100 pitches. He's already into season-high territory, 96 pitches on the night as he will face Spencer Jones. First pitch to Jones, swung on and lifted deep in the air to left field. Back at the wall is Happ, and it is gone! And it comes back to bite Chicago here. Spencer Jones has his second home run in as many days as he is homered out of Wrigley for a second day in a row. He's got 3 home runs in the Yankees' last 4 games, and the 6'7" tall rookie has delivered, and the Yankees have a 7th inning lead. Well, how about that? What do you know about that? The rookie Spencer Jones, first trip to Wrigley, 2 games, 2 home runs, and that will certainly chase David Peterson out of the game now. As the rookie takes Peterson, who's been so dominant all night long, he takes him the opposite way. And the Yankees have their first lead of the night. It's 2-1 in the 7th. Well, those are memories that rookie will never forget. A home run to right field yesterday. Now to the opposite way, he goes yard just over the basket and left. 370-foot shot. And the Yankees have come from behind to turn this game around, and that's really, for David Peterson, that's so unfortunate. He's been so great tonight. And now he's on the hook for the loss if this doesn't get turned around. Craig Counsell showed faith in his left-hander and left him out there at nearly 100 pitches. And it came back to bite him. And the Cubs have given up the lead. We'll see who they go to out of the bullpen here, Chicago. But this has turned around here in the middle and late innings. And for Spencer Jones, Yankees can just have a way to find players that can go yard at any point. As Ali Ali Sanchez takes a strike, is out of the bullpen for Chicago is Charlotte, North Carolina's Trent Thornton. Sanchez with 2 hits tonight. Takes a fastball up high here. And it's 1-1. He has been terrific at the dish tonight, has Sanchez. As the right-hander Thornton comes home, and Sanchez once again is able to poke it on the ground through the hole on the right side, and he's 3 for 3 on the night. Oh my goodness. Yankees have 6 hits. Ali Sanchez has half of them. And a 1-out base runner in front of Jose Caballero. So Trent Thornton in for Chicago. And his last outing wasn't great. During the week in St. Louis, he gave up 2 runs on 2 hits and only got 1 out. Just gave up the hit to Sanchez and now deals to Caballero and misses low. First-year Chicago Cub is Thornton, as we've got a challenge coming from the catcher Carson Kelly, and that call will be confirmed as it was low by less than an inch. 0.7 of an inch that was low by. First time the Cubs have had an unsuccessful ABS challenge. 1-0 delivery from Thornton. Slider swung on and missed. Runner goes. The throw down by Kelly has beaten Sanchez by a mile, and he is out at second. Well, it's a good throw by Kelly, as he snapped it down there in plenty of time, but Sanchez was out by a long, long way. And there are 2 gone, and there's 2 strikes on Caballero. Beg your pardon, 1-1 on Caballero. Thornton to the plate, and Caballero, now there's 2 strikes on him, as an elevated fastball is swung on and missed. Thornton with a 3.03 ERA this season. 3-4 record in 30 appearances. His time is called by Caballero. Mentioned a first-year Cub, last 2 seasons with Seattle. One and two. And Thornton comes home, and Caballero takes the fastball outside. Good take. And it's 2-2. Base path's empty now after Sanchez was caught stealing. Caballero hoping to turn it back over to the top of the order. 2-2 is a slider that misses low and away. And the count now runs full. By the way, that would have been Sanchez's first stolen base of the year. In fact, that was his first attempt at a steal this season. 3-2 from Thornton, gets away from him, misses outside, and Caballero's aboard with a walk. And this 7th inning that has really come apart for Chicago continues, as it will be turned over to the top of the order and Max Schumann. Craig Counsell will certainly be asked about the decision to leave his pitcher out there for the 7th. As we'll have a pinch hitter here for Matt Schumann. Trent Grisham will come on to pinch hit, has hit .214 on the season. So here comes Grisham to pinch hit for Schumann. Runner at first is Caballero. And the right-hander Thornton trying to get out of this 7th inning with no further damage done. As the 29-year-old from Fort Worth digs in and takes a breaking pitch just inside for ball 1. Grisham twice a Gold Glove winner in his time with San Diego, his 3rd season with the Yankees. 1 ball and no strikes. Thornton kicks and deals. Grisham in on the hands, punches it foul. It's 1-1. Lead at first for Caballero, and Thornton will throw over. Back in safely is Caballero. Just past 8 o'clock Central Time in Chicago. Here's a 1-1 from Thornton. Pitches outside. Runner goes. Throw down by Kelly. Bounces away into center field. Caballero will stay put at second, and he has another stolen base. Kelly, who caught Sanchez earlier, unable to run down Caballero. I mean, you don't see any intentional pitch outs anymore, but that looked pretty close to it. They had a good feeling that Caballero was going to go. And Grisham now ahead in the count, 2-1. Caballero, a good base stealer, as we told you earlier, has led the American League in stolen bases each of the last 2 years. Here's a swing and a miss by Grisham, and it's 2-2. And Grisham just trying to keep the agony going here for Chicago, as this has been an inning where it's gotten away from the Cubs. Thornton 2-2 delivery is in the dirt. Good snag by Kelly behind the plate. Caballero stays put. Count is full. And Thornton really struggling to find some command here. And really needs to. Here's a 3-2, swung on, and a bouncing ball is fouled by Grisham. And we'll keep it going at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Grisham pinch hitting for Matt Schumann, trying to keep the inning going for Paul Goldschmidt, who's in the on-deck circle. Runner at second is Caballero with good speed. A hit could bring him in. 3-2 is up and away, and Thornton walks a second in a row. And there's 2 on base for New York in front of Goldschmidt. So Paul Goldschmidt 0 for 3 on the night. 44 RBIs on the season. RBI chance in front of him here. Thornton's really got to dig in, and Goldschmidt on the first pitch swings and pops it up. Right side in foul territory comes the first baseman Bush, and he has it to put an end to the Yankees' 7th inning, where they do strand a pair, but they take their first lead of the night as rookie Spencer Jones muscles one the opposite way for his 3rd home run in his last 4 games and 2nd in a row here at Wrigley. The Bombers in front 2-1 as it's stretch time at Wrigley. Here's a question for JT. Do they have a 7th inning stretch in Banana Ball?
What?
I'm guessing not.
Please explain.
So the 7th inning stretch, as I said, it's stretch time. That's just a baseball tradition. Middle of the 7th inning, get up and stretch if you're at the ballpark. Get up, stretch the legs. Yeah.
Okay, I need to find what they do mid 7th.
And it's also when Take
Okay.
Me Out to the Ball Game is always saying. And here at Wrigley, that is a tradition that you don't mess with. Here's the out-of-town scoreboard here on this Saturday in Major League Baseball. Games played earlier today, including Toronto beating St. Louis 5-1. Seattle with a walk-off win. Cal Raleigh with the walk-off to put the Mariners over the Twins 4-3. Tampa with a shutout of the White Sox. The Rays winning 1-0 to extend their lead on the Yankees and the Red Sox in the American League East. And the Marlins went to Citi Field and beat the Mets 6-2. Games ongoing. The Pirates and the Reds in Cincinnati, bottom of the 6th. They're in a weather delay with Pittsburgh leading 4-1. Philadelphia's got a 1-0 lead in Baltimore, top of the 8th. The Rangers and the Astros in a slugfest, end of 6. Houston leads 5-4. Arizona and Cleveland are through 6, tied at 2 after Cleveland scored 2 in the first. Arizona answered back with a pair in the 5th. Atlanta has an 8-3 lead at home over Washington in the 8th inning. Colorado leads Kansas City 6-4 in the 4th. Giants and Padres 2-2 in the 3rd. The Red Sox are up early on the Dodgers 1-0 in the 2nd. Brewers and Angels, Tigers and Athletics just about to get started. So we go to the bottom of the 7th, and the Yankees now in front for the first time, and Nico Hoerner will lead off for Chicago. And the first pitch he sees is swung on and chopped foul wide of third. It comes from Fernando Cruz, who is into the game out of the Yankee bullpen, his 52nd appearance of the year. He sports an ERA of 2.51 and a record of 4-5. 36-year-old right-hander from Puerto Rico. Hoerner with a base hit last time up in the 5th. Here's an 0-1. Slider misses inside, a ball and a strike. Trent Grisham takes over in center field from Spencer Jones, who now goes to left to take over for Schumann. Ball and a strike to Hoerner, who spins one foul. As I mentioned, Hoerner with a hit last time up in the 5th was stranded at second. As the Cubs come to the plate, trailing for the first time tonight. 1-2 for Cruz is in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, it ended 2-0 New York yesterday. They lead 2-1 here. Bottom of the 7th. Cruz home with a 2-2, and Hoerner with a drive into deep left field. Back at the wall in the corner, it is gone! Nico Hoerner has tied the game. Sixth home run of the year for Nico Hoerner, the Stanford Cardinal, and he's brought Wrigley to a frenzy on a summer Saturday night. 2-2 in the 7th. Well, it's been a pitcher's duel for so much of the night, but in the 7th inning, top half, Spencer Jones goes deep to left field to put the Yankees in front, and now Nico Hoerner deposits one out in the left field corner, and we are tied. First pitch to Ian Happ is in for a strike from Cruz, who has given up the Yankees' lead. 0-1 to Happ is wide. And a brand new ball game again. Here's a 1-1. And a splitter there from Cruz, misses outside. Sixth home run of the year for Horner. As Cruz comes home and Happ swings and lines one into left field, it will hang up long enough for Jones to make an adjustment, and he has it for out number 1. That might be the first ball that we've seen go to left field that hasn't gone out tonight. We have not seen a lot of fly balls in left, and that just barely got over. It was just barely fair, and it just barely got over inside the foul pole at 355. Here's Dansby Swanson taking high for ball 1. Mentioned it's just Horner's 6th home run of the year, but it's his 2nd this week. He had one on Monday in St. Louis. Here's a 1-0 to Swanson, who drills a bouncing ball behind the bag at third. A long throw from Caballero, and it's there for route number 2. Good throw by Caballero across the diamond. 2 gone for Triantos. So all square again. And a meeting on the mound between Cruz and his catcher, Sanchez. Mentioned Fernando Cruz, a 36-year-old right-hander, 2nd-year Yankees, was in Cincinnati before he came to the Bronx. He'll face not Triantos here. They got a pinch hitter for Chicago. Pedro Ramirez hitting .319 in 37 games this season. The pinch hitter. With nobody on and 2 away. Cruz comes home. Ramirez takes low. So 2-0. Ramirez pinch hitting for the designated hitter Triantos here. Here's the 2-0, and that's right down the heart of the plate from Cruz. A fastball for a strike. Cruz was initially drafted 19 years ago by Kansas City. Hasn't been in the majors very long, however. 2-1 is in the dirt, and to the backstop, it's 3-1. To Pedro Ramirez. Pinch hitting in the 7th. With this game tied. Here's a 3-1, lifted left side and foul. Count runs full with the top of the order on deck if Ramirez can get it to him. It's gotten Peterson off the hook for the loss after giving up the lead in the 7th inning on that home run to Jones. Nobody on, 2 out, and a payoff pitch from Cruz to Ramirez, who swings and fouls it straight back, and will do it again. Chicago at 62-48 on the season, 30-23 here at home. The Yankees, much better road record this year than at home themselves. 36-25, their road record. 3-2 misses low and away from Cruz. And Ramirez, with a great at-bat, extends the inning with a walk. So coming on to pinch hit, Ramirez draws ball 4. And back to the top of the order it will go. Pete Crow Armstrong who scored the game's first run back in the bottom of the first, will be the one to come to the plate with the go-ahead run on base, and it looks like Cruz exiting here for New York, and he is. So a difficult outing for Fernando Cruz out of the Yankee bullpen. And now he is on the hook for the loss if Ramirez were to come around and score in this inning. And we'll see who the Yankees bring in out of the bullpen this time. And it looks like that this is going to be right-hander Brent Hedrick that comes in for the Yankees. It'll be his 56th appearance of the season. An ERA of 1.30 across 55 innings and a third. And it will be Hedrick, who will turn 29 in December, who will come in here and try to keep this game deadlocked as we're in the late innings here at Wrigley Field on a cool and blustery night in the Windy City. Entertaining game. So far, an entertaining series between these two. 2-0 win for the Yankees yesterday. They will, of course, play the series finale tomorrow. First pitch will be at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time. So as mentioned, Hedrick comes in with a 6-1 record, and he deals a first pitch fastball that misses outside to Pete Crow Armstrong, who struck out last time up, drew a walk and scored in the first. Much better against righties than lefties, as Hedrick deals a strike here. He has struggled against the left-handers this year, but Hedrick throwing left-handed here with Pete Crow Armstrong trying to bring around Pedro Ramirez at first and give the Cubs the lead back. Big, tall left-hander Hedrick in a pressure spot. Kicks and deals the 1-1. It's low and away. And Pete Crow Armstrong ahead in the count. 2 balls and a strike. A home run mashed to left in the corner by Nico Horner earlier in the inning to give the Cubs the lead. The 2-1 is waved at and missed by Crow Armstrong, and we're even 2-2 in a 2-2 game with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And that pitch from Hedrick fooled PCA. Ramirez at first. 2-2 is swung on and lifted down the right field line, down and fair for a base hit in the corner, and it gets away from Dominguez. Around third comes Ramirez. He will score, and Pete Crow Armstrong is delivered. Chicago takes the lead in the 7th. A go-ahead RBI triple. And Ramirez comes all the way around from first to score, and Chicago has the lead. Just a soft line ball, a line drive ball down the right field line. And it got away from Dominguez as it caromed off the side of the wall. And Pedro Ramirez scores. And Chicago has their lead back. Hedrick deals wide, ball 1 to Seiya Suzuki. And now an insurance run over at third in the form of Pete Crow Armstrong that Suzuki would like to bring home. Here's a 1-0 in the dirt. Good block by Sanchez. Pete Crow Armstrong has played a big role in this game, no doubt about that. Chicago with the lead. And now trying to extend it as the 2-0 from Hedrick catches the outside edge for a strike. Suzuki, I think, wants to challenge. Did he trigger the challenge? No, doesn't look like it. Three and one. And that ball hoisted foul to the right-hand side. And the count runs full. Three and two from Hedrick. And Suzuki with a ground ball up the middle beyond Volpe, a base hit to the alley. In to score is Crow Armstrong. Going to second is Suzuki, safe. Looked like he might have come off the bag. And Jazz Chisholm wants New York to challenge, but Suzuki for now is in with an RBI double. It's 4-2 Chicago. We'll see if they challenge if Suzuki came off the bag at second. Yeah, he did come off the bag. Chisholm applied a tag. So they'll probably challenge that, and they are. Either way, Pete Crow Armstrong has scored, and that run will stay on the board. It's 4-2. Chicago in the seventh. And that looks pretty clear. Yeah, Suzuki off the bag. And Chisholm with a tag. This will be a pretty cut and dry challenge. He'll be out and the inning will be over, but the run will score. Out is confirmed after the challenge. But Seiya Suzuki still delivers with an RBI single to score Pete Crow Armstrong, who before that drove in the go-ahead run with an RBI triple to score Pedro Ramirez, who came in with 2 outs and drew a walk as a pinch hitter, and some seventh-inning magic for the Cubs, and they've got a 4-2 lead as we'll head to the eighth. JT, what a wild seventh inning that was, top and bottom half.
Very nearly talked double in your ears right then. That would have been catastrophic. Yeah, I will give him credit. That was a good inning. Yeah. I can confirm that I am stood up in the production studio. So does that, if that means anything, then awesome. This seventh inning has made me stand up. Why? Because it's hot.
Well, what a seventh inning it was. It got away from the Cubs as they kept Peterson in, and then Spencer Jones homered off of him. Then the Cubs score 3 in the bottom of the seventh. A Horner home run to lead it off, and then some 2-out magic, first from Pedro Ramirez and then from Pete Crow Armstrong and Seiya Suzuki. And we will go to the eighth in a 4-2 game and see if the Yankees can fight back once again. By the way, Christian went on to mention about Globetrotters and Banana Ball. He said, but at least the Globetrotters was a sports circus from the beginning, not like the Bananas, who got turned from a professional baseball team to a sports circus. Eighth inning begins with Ahmed Rosario for New York taking ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air down the right field line. That is drifting foul and will get out. Pitching change for Chicago, Jacob Webb. In his 49th appearance out of the bullpen this year, a right-hander with a 2.64 ERA. And that fastball is high over Rosario for ball 2. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Yankees. Rosario to be followed by Jason Dominguez and Jazz Chisholm. 2-1 from Webb. Chisholm with a swing and a line shot up the middle for a base hit and a leadoff base runner for New York. As Chisholm comes up with the 7th, or I beg your pardon, Rosario comes up with the 7th hit of the night for the Yankees. And the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Jason Dominguez, who doubled last time up in the 6th. First pitch to him from Webb, off speed, right down the can, strike 1. Jacob Webb, 32-year-old right-hander from Riverside, California. Won the World Series with Atlanta a few years back as he misses high and away with a fastball. Then went to Anaheim, was in Baltimore, and last year with Texas. 1-1 from Webb, wearing the number 71 on the back of his shirt. The white shirts with the red pinstripes for the Cubs, as that ball is pinned down the third baseline foul. Third baseman Alex Bregman playing well in off the line. One and 2 to Dominguez. And Webb comes home, and that changeup is over but low. It's 2-2. Runner at first is Rosario. 2-2 pitch is swung on and sawed off foul. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Webb waves off Kelly, now agrees. And here he comes home with a 2-2, and that's swung on and lifted in the air to right field. Suzuki just in front of the warning track will bring it in for out number 1. Again, heavy wind tonight and knocked that down off the bat of Dominguez. So 1 gone for Jazz Chisholm. Chisholm 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch to him is up in the zone, but in for a strike. And Chisholm turns and disagrees. But the Yankees do not have an ABS challenge left. Now that looked high. Webb comes home with an 0-1, and that one's certainly in there for strike 2 at 95. Well inside the outside edge. No balls and 2 strikes now. And now Jazz Chisholm has an even further conversation with home plate umpire Ron Kulpa. Now out comes Aaron Boone, and they're going to have a conversation. Boone has now walked back to the dugout. Chisholm still in the batter's box, so Ron not deciding to throw anyone out. As Webb set to come home with an 0-2 on Chisholm. Catcher Kelly setting up outside. Webb gives it to him, and it's swung on and missed on a changeup dipping below the knees, and Chisholm Strikes out for the third time tonight. There's 2 gone. That will bring up Anthony Volpe. And now a meeting on the mound here for Chicago. We'll see if that is going to be it for Webb or not. Meanwhile, the Yankees do look like they're going to bring in a pinch hitter for Volpe. And they are going to bring in Ben Rice. And Rice, who has been a revelation this season, with 31 home runs and 73 RBIs, hitting .269 on the season, will be a pinch hitter here, representing the tying run with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Webb stays in to battle with Rice. First pitch to him is a breaking pitch in for a strike. Rosario led off the inning with a hit. He's at first. Rice at the plate represents the tying run in what has been a back and forth affair here in the late innings at Wrigley. Here's an 0-1 from Webb, over but low on the changeup, 1-1. Rice hit a home run last Sunday in Philadelphia for his 31st of the year. Swings through a 1-1 changeup and now is behind in the count, and this will get the Wrigley faithful to their feet, as Webb will try to put away this inning. Rice swings and grounds one to first. Diving stop by Bush, and he'll go to the bag. 3 unassisted for the final out of the Yankee 8th. They strand a runner on base. They leave the tying run at the plate. Middle of 8 here in Chicago. Cubs holding on to a 4-2 lead. JT, what's going on back there? You like it?
Try not to talk in 2 channels at once. It's going all right. I have sat back down. However, the monitor is still tilted in the up position. So, but yeah, 2:51 a.m. I'm a little glad I'm not going anywhere. Today, we were meant to be going up to Hendersford, which is a three and a half hour drive. However, fought against that since we're doing Smith Stadium. Well, we did it last night and tomorrow night. So a Saturday night and a Monday night meeting. Smith. So, yeah, doing both of them, and now just here, scoreboarding baseball, because why not? How is your scorebook going?
It's going good. We've had some pinch hitters. We've had some defensive changes, so that's created some scribbles, but yeah, all good.
Nice.
By the way, I want to read something out for everyone, because of course tomorrow here on the channel we have the men's and women's finals from the DC Open. There has been some weather tonight in DC that has caused some issues with the schedule. The second men's semifinal has been suspended after 1 set tonight. So here is the announcement from tomorrow's updated and revised order of play. Gates will now open at 10:30 a.m. The men's doubles final will start the day action on John Harris Court at 11 a.m. The women's singles final will still begin at noon Eastern Time. Jessica Pegula and Alexandra Iala. The men's singles final has been moved to not before 2:30. The final will be Taylor Fritz against the winner of Rafael Hodar and Alejandro Tabilo. So, revised order of play for the DC Open Finals tomorrow, which we'll have for you on the channel. Yovani Cruz is in out of the bullpen for the Yankees. He's been in AAA Scranton this season, just dealt ball one to Alex Bregman, and now Bregman watches a slider miss outside, and it's 2-0. Bottom of the eighth, a 2-run lead for Chicago. Bregman, who has 2 hits tonight, takes low and away here. And now it's 3 balls and no strikes. 2 times on base for Bregman tonight. 1 hit. Came in the 4th. He drew a walk last time up in the 6th. 3-0, and Cruz needs to find the strike zone here, and he does with a fastball in at the knees at 100. And it's 3-1. Bregman, Kelly, and Bush for Chicago here in the 8th. Here's a 3-1 and a fastball at 101 over the heart of the plate for strike 2. So he's fought back from 3-0 Cruz, now to 3-2, and that fastball misses outside. So from 3-0 to 3-2, but he lost him on ball 4, and Bregman is on to start the Chicago 8th. He'll bring up Carson Kelly. And the Cubs would love some more insurance. Kelly 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch to him is high. Yovani Cruz with a 1-0 pitch, missed inside, and that will bring out his catcher Sanchez to have a word. A leadoff walk delivered to Bregman, and now behind 2-0 on Kelly. Cruz signed a 1-year contract with the Yankees for about $780,000 for the season. As I mentioned, has spent all year in AAA Scranton. Wilkes-Barre Scranton, of course, with the Bears. Two and 0, and Cruz able to pop that down the middle for a strike. The Bears, of course, not the name of the Scranton Wilkes-Barre team, but people have referred to them as the Bears because they're in Wilkes-Barre. Here's a 2-1, swung on and muscled out to left center field. That's down for a hit. Jones will get to it. Racing around to third is Bregman, and he is in without a play, and they're on the corners for Chicago. Kelly able to punch that into left center field and get it down. And Bregman with heads-up base running hit the accelerator hard, rounded second, and got to third easily. First hit of the night for Carson Kelly, and it's a big one. It brings up Michael Bush, who will try to give Chicago some insurance. First pitch to him is low and away, ball 1. Bush 0 for 3 tonight. 58 RBIs on the season. He's got him on the corners. Bregman at third. Kelly at first. Here's the 1-0 from Cruz, and that dips just in at the knees. A slider for a strike. Boy, does Cruz really need to find a strikeout or a pop out here. 1-1 to Bush. Cruz delivers, and Bush swings and misses as he swung right through the slider. And it's 1-2. Boy, anything in some grass will do here for Michael. Ball and 2 strikes, Cruz delivers. Bush bounces one down the first base line. It's just foul. Oh, it looked like that almost got all the way through Goldschmidt over there. Cubs on the corners. Bregman at third, Kelly at first. And Cruz with a 1-2 to Bush, which is swung on and lined into left field for a base hit. Bregman in to score another insurance run. It's 5-2 Cubs in the 8th. Michael Bush delivers. And it's a 3-run Cubs lead. A walk by Bregman and then back-to-back hits by Kelly and Bush, and it's 5-2. And we talked earlier about the strength of this Yankees team. So much of it is their bullpen. They lead the major leagues in bullpen ERA, but bullpen has been leaky tonight. And it's 5-2, and it's Nico Horner who tied the game by bashing a home run down the left field line in the 7th, and he comes to the plate here with a chance to really land a knockout blow for the Cubs. It was a duel between the starting left-handers, Fried and Peterson, which went pretty deep into the game. As Horner swings on the first pitch, a bouncer to short. Thrown to second for 1. The relay to first is there. And a double play turned nicely. 6-4-3. Volpe got it started. The relay by Chisholm in time to Goldschmidt. Advancing to third is Kelly, but that's a much-needed double play on the mound for Cruz. So Horner grounds into it. And that'll bring up Ian Happ. Runner at third, 2 away. And Happ swings at the first pitch, a bouncing ball, middle of the diamond. Behind the bag at second, Volpe's got it. Throws to first in time. Double play was huge from Cruz. But he does give up another insurance run, and we'll go to the 9th. Last chance for the Bombers, with the Cubs up 5-2. And a chance for Chicago to secure a come-from-behind victory to even up this series and send it to a rubber game tomorrow. So perhaps just about over here, JT. It's been a fun one. Glad that the weather has held off and we've been able to get our baseball coverage started for the season.
Well, indeed. And I will say, I've quite enjoyed this.
Have
It's
you?
nice, chilled out, basic scoreboarding. Yeah, it is actually. I can tell you why I'm enjoying this. Is because the Stream Deck setup to control the scoreboard is really, really nice. It's so smooth. I love it. Now, I am one for making stuff technical, but making it good and simple. And, well, here we are. Now, this is where Matthew is thinking in his head. This bus mixer video ninja talkback system setup is not basic, but here we are. It's as basic as we can get it, with very nice buttons for you to press as well,
Yes,
Matthew.
yes. And we thank you for all of your help, of course, as always.
Which I will, and I am warning you right here, I will definitely be asking you about these systems once we get off the air. So prepare your answer now.
Okay. I
You
will
have
do that.
You have the whole of the 9th inning to come up with your answer. I do have to remember though, that there's no showdowns. There's
No.
every run does technically count as a point, but that's for the whole game, not just for the 9th inning. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up because we're already on the mound.
Northfield, Minnesota's Caleb Thielbar comes in to try to finish it for Chicago. Missed high for ball one to the rookie Spencer Jones, who homered to put the Yankees in front.
I do know stuff.
As there's a swing and a miss by Jones going fishing down low. His 7th inning home run put the Yankees up 2-1. Since then, the Cubs with 4 unanswered runs. Jones on a 1-1 pitch turns and sends it into right field on the ground, a base hit through the 3-4 hole, and Jones does exactly what he needed to do, which was get on base. 3rd time tonight he has done that, and the Yankees with some life here in the 9th inning, trailing by 3. Caleb Thielbar, as I said, coming in to try to finish it out. 2nd-year Cub, has 2 saves on the season. Chicago has had basically a closer by committee this year, as that curveball is in on the inside corner for a strike to Ali Sanchez, who has done a lot of damage tonight. 3 hits for Sanchez tonight, and 3 singles through on the right side as he takes a fastball over but low for ball 1. Mentioned closer by committee for the Cubs. They have 13 different pitchers that have recorded a save this season. That's the most in the long history of this franchise. Thielbar has recorded 2 of them. Thielbar with an ERA of 4.09 this season in 38 appearances. A 1-1 to Sanchez is swung on and drilled into the ground, foul left side. And it's 1-2. And here's Thielbar trying to put Sanchez away, which has been impossible to do for Cubs pitching tonight. Breaking ball missed outside, and it's 2-2. This is his first 3-hit game of the season for Sanchez. 2-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground to short. A chance to turn 2. Swanson to second. Horner the relay, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. Grounded into by Ali Sanchez, and the Cubs are an out away from a come-from-behind victory. As that curveball got the job done for Thielbar, and the Chicago defense did what they needed to do, and now down to their last out, it's Jose Caballero for New York. Base runner they needed is gone, and now Caballero swings on the first pitch and pops it out of play, foul. A hit in the 5th for Caballero. He then walked and stole a base in the 7th. Everyone in Wrigley on their feet as Thielbar tries to shut the door. 0-1 is a breaking pitch that ends up outside. It's 1-1. Ball and a strike. Thielbar comes home. Breaking ball in for strike 2. And the Yankees are down to their final strike, and needing Caballero to get something started. Another jam-packed Wrigley Field on a summer Saturday night. A lot of Yankee fans here as Thielbar steps off. And here comes the left-hander trying to finish the deal. Kicks and deals the 1-2, and Caballero spoils it off. Fouls it away to the right side. The next 1-2 from Thielbar. Swung on, slow grounder across from behind the bag at second, and the throw is there to end it from Horner, and the Cubs pick up what turned out to be quite a topsy-turvy victory as they even up this weekend set with the Yankees. Thielbar claims his third save of the year, gets the win for Thornton, and Chicago will wave the white W flag tonight. They win it over the Yankees 5-2. A pitcher's duel between the two starters is how it started. And then these two bullpens, both solid. Yankees bullpen really good, but the bullpens were very shaky tonight. We had a combined 4 runs in the 7th, one by New York on the home run by Spencer Jones to put the Yankees ahead, and then a 3-run bottom half from the Cubs. They scored another in the bottom of the 8th, and Chicago wins it 5-2, and the rubber match of this 3-game set will be tomorrow at just after 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1:20 first pitch local time in Chicago. Final score here from the friendly confines. The Cubs win it over the Yankees 5-2. Major League Baseball, our coverage has started here on USN. Now that the month of August has started, we'll start our baseball coverage, and we've got more baseball coming up for you through the month of August, through September, as the push to October will roll on, and we'll try to get a baseball schedule, full official baseball schedule, put together for you. We won't make any announcements as of now, just so we don't overstep ourselves. There you go. See, JT, who probably you didn't hear, but he's on it. JT, let's bring you on. How'd you like your first non-banana baseball game? Enjoyable for you?
And now this is on broadcast. Hello, Matthew.
Hello.
Yeah, it was actually quite enjoyable. What I will say though is that there was a banana ball game that started an hour after this game, and it finished 10-15 minutes ago.
Well, this got done in under 3 hours, which, again, I know I said it a lot. Yeah, I know I said it a lot tonight, but the pace of baseball and just trying to call it is so different.
I want to see you do a banana ball pace game then.
Let's see, 2 hours 47, the official game time here. Wow.
That is nothing. Wow, that is long for my standards. But
well, and it's certainly too long for Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Of course, off week this week.
Yeah.
However, there should have been an IndyCar race today, but the scheduling department didn't catch on.
Yes. Well, this was fun. Christian, by the way, stuck with us all the way until after 4 a.m. as he was watching boxing on DAZN.
3:12 a.m. over here in the UK, which means it is 4:12 a.m. over there.
Yeah.
In Europe.
A reminder that tomorrow, WNBA action here on USN as the league-leading Minnesota Lynx play host to Caitlin Clark and the Fever. That's tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll also have the men's and women's final from the DC Open. That has been a revised order of play with the DC Open finals due to weather in DC earlier tonight. So that revised order of play will affect the schedule for the DC Open finals. What we do know is that the women's final is set. It will be Jessica Pegula against Alex Ayala. How fortunate for us, if you know, you know, that Alex Ayala is in the final. The men's final will be Taylor Fritz against either Rafael Hodar or Alejandro Tabilo. So we'll have those two finals for you tomorrow. If Mother Nature plays nice with us in D.C., we'll have Indiana and Minnesota, and then we'll have a fresh week started where we will have WNBA action for you. Baseball will be on the channel next week, hopefully, and then, of course, NASCAR will come back next Sunday from Iowa. But that will do it for us here from the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Cubs win it 5-2. They come from behind late and pull out the win over the Yankees. For everyone here at USN, for the best producer in the wide world of sports, that's Josh Turner, of course. Matthew Owens signing off. Cubs win it over the Yankees 5-2. Glad to have baseball on the channel. We'll have more over the next couple of months. Until then,